Buddhist Knowledge Series, Episode 18, Blessing 2, Associating with the Wise, Part 4, Association, Part 2. What are the consequences when there are no wise ones to be found? If there are no true wise ones to be found in society, or if those posing as wise fail to cherish others according to the advice of the Buddha, many sorts of harm arise on individual, interpersonal, and social levels. Many of the potential problems can be elevated to the relationship between government and the citizens it is supposed to be refuge to. If the government fails to be a wise friend to its citizens, the false friendship brings serious problems on a national level. In conclusion, the harm that arises when there is lack of association with the wise manifests itself in three levels. 1. Losing a sense of responsibility for their own human dignity. If friends lack self-discipline and don't fulfill their duties toward one another as prescribed by the Lord Buddha, the first level of disaster which will happen to them is that they will lose their sense of responsibility for their own human dignity. This loss giving rise, at minimum, to the following three undesirable symptoms. 1. Breaking the 5 precepts. Because there is an atmosphere of mutual suspicion, former friends will deceive and lie to each other. The pledge of allegiance they formerly kept to one another will be nullified in the way often seen in politics circles. 2. Chronic false will, lacking discretion as to right and wrong, virtue and misdeed, appropriate and inappropriate, and the law of karma. There is nothing they will not do as a means to procure power, money, and personal profit. 3. Mistreated friends. They may resort to backstabbing of former friends in order to procure personal ends. 2. Losing a sense of responsibility for the human dignity of others. If friends lack self-discipline and don't fulfill the duties toward one another prescribed by the Lord Buddha, the second level of disaster which will happen to them is that they will lose their sense of responsibility for the human dignity of others. This loss gives rise, at the minimum, to the following three undesirable symptoms. 1. Harbors bias. They will lose their sense of fairness and will be continually biased in favor of their own cronies, not with altruistic thoughts for even their own people, but in order to pave the way to personal profit. 2. Disloyalty to homeland. Out of selfishness and false will, they will become narrow-minded and unrefined in their thinking. All they will think about is how to maximize the profits they can procure for themselves and to their cronies, to the point they will no longer have any sense of loyalty to their own country, religion, or nationality. They won't feel any evil about making a profit even if they have to destroy the national heritage to do so. 3. Misuse of rank or position. When they lack any accurate sense of justice, they will attempt to make illegal dealings look legal or outlaw legal things if it suits them to do so. 3. Losing a sense of responsibility for economic fairness in society at large. If friends lack self-discipline and don't fulfill the duties toward one another prescribed by the Lord Buddha, the third level of disaster which will happen to them is that they will lose their sense of responsibility for economic fairness in society at large. This loss gives rise, at the minimum, to the following three undesirable symptoms. 1. Corruption. When false will and selfishness get the better of their thinking, they will worship money alone, because they understand that the more money they have, the more power they can gain. Money will be the means that they can secure any position of authority they hold through bribery. 2. Implicated in dealing with the sixth road to ruins. When money becomes important above all else, they will have no scruples about taking shortcuts to find it. Of course, the most profitable form of trading are dealing in drugs, forgeries, arms smuggling, or casinos. The fact that they are illegal or export to the poorest sectors of society, considerations which mean nothing to those so far alienated from thoughts of fairness in economics. 3. Betrays homeland. If such people find themselves in position of legislation because of selfishness and false will, if they can make a quick buck from foreign investors, they will not think twice about waiving laws which formerly protected their country from foreign exploitation. The problems of lack of association with the wise can be summarized down to two main points. 1. Obvious social problems. In countries such as Thailand, social problems which are out of hand at high-level corruption, partiality of legal system, degeneration into vice and widespread prostitution. 2. Covert social problems. The covert social problems exist in form of false friends in positions of influence, whether it be positions in politics, the civil service, the government utilities, who have less than scrupulous behavior. Unfortunately, what the people see of such public figures, an image of responsibility and chivalry, often belies illicit dealing behind the scenes. Such false friendship had its origins in undisciplined parental upbringing, undisciplined schooling, and eventually having become a fool. Seeking the company of other fools is the final nail in the coffin of true friendship. Possible solutions to this problem are: 1. In short term, are to avoid voting those with the character traits of false friends into positions of authority. 2. In the long term, to use the net of 16 characteristics of a true friend and 16 characteristics of false friend to identify and replacing the weakness in yourself with virtue starting with yourself. Associate with the wise so that their good virtue can brush off on you too. And see, everyone, now you can see the importance of why we should try to associate ourselves with the wise man. In the next episode, we will also discuss the variety of the wise one that could be found, and also some illustrated example of associating with the wise. Stay tuned for the last part of Blessing 2. See you again.